Great sadhakas, wonderful it is to have you here every day. Receive my hearty salutations. You deserve it for your seriousness, sincerity, and my gratitudes that a great opportunity given to me every day to discuss on the Shastras. And for you also, the congratulations, Abhinandana, that you're maintaining the continuity because that is the only way for us slowly, steadily to get the clarity regarding every aspect of the spiritual life, spiritual sadhana, spiritual evolution. Suddenly, in one day, in one sitting, at one go, it doesn't click to us. And the wishes and prayers are same that may our sankalpa be very, very strong, prayers are strong, that this Shastra Adhyana should take us to the next level of Manana, Chintana, Dhyana, Anubhuti, and not that even this first step we give up and go back to the old ruts of complete samsara. Even now we are in samsara, but at least little bit we are trying to come out of it, for which the first step is Shastra Shravana. If this is given up, again we are 100% complete samsari. So may that not happen to us, rather what are the next steps? Them only we have to climb. Our sankalpa should be like that. Our planning should be like that. Our effort should be like that. Our prayers to the Lord also are like that. Loka Sevaka, Dharma Sthapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerito, Prashanta, Bhasha, Pravina. These Vyaktitwas, focus on them and any other which are near to this, if at all missed, one can add them. List can be so much, but the main things we have kept. And our six sources, beautiful, the Brahma Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Jaganmata Tattva, the Devata Ganas, the Guru Gana, and the Shastra. The purpose of doing this exercise every day for a minute or two is not to waste our time, but give a chance that at least in the class together we remember what we have to achieve and we remember whom to tune to. And throughout the day, if we are lucky and intelligent enough and revel only in these things, we are blessing ourselves. All blessings by receiving all the blessings. That's a real blessed life. Very good. Let us try for that. Great Upanishad, Shwethashwathara. Fourth mantra, we have to start studying today. The Sambandha Bhashya was exhaustively told. In that, the Nirguna Brahma, then the Karana Brahma, the Karya Brahma. Laksha is Nirguna Brahma. But the sadhana, the means is taking the help of Karana Brahma as Ishvara and also involving properly in the Karya Brahma Rupi Jagat. So the Jagat is Karya Brahma, Ishvara is Karana Brahma, Sachidananda is Nirguna Brahma. In that only our moksha is there. But we have to, at this level, give due value respect to these things also. Then only we scale the heights. And also in Vedanta, both the transcendental Brahmasthiti, immanent Brahmasthiti, both we should be able to accept, understand. So, as a mud is there in the form of pot, also mud is there. Realizing the mud, unchanging, unmodifying mud, even though it appears as the pots. Appear होने दो, व्यवहार है. When our main goal is to realize the mud and we have done it, let it appear in the form of Any number of parts or whatever, we know they are all appearance, isn't it? They are all kalpita. They come and go. That's how they are. Dropping all questions, all expectations, all attachments about those parts while dealing with the parts, knowing that they are nothing but the mud in their essential nature, is called as moksha realization. Staying in that experience all the time. So I see an object, yeah, I am seeing it, it is nothing but Brahman only. Brahma Tattva alone is in that Karya Rupa. And this Rupa won't stay. It came, it stays, it goes. For whatever the purpose, it is there. Ultimately, it has no purpose because ultimately everything is Brahman. In the achieving of the Brahman, all purposes close. Then that which has no definite purpose is called as Leela or play. Where you attribute a purpose, then it becomes samsara. The purpose of gaining or losing or all of that. So a jnani sthiti is like that. So we'll be slowly guided towards that understanding and given directions to do sadhana to reach to that level. That's the purpose of this entire beautiful Upanishad. Hari Om. Mm. Sarveshwara Sadashiva. Now we will study that beautiful fourth mantra in which the Karana Brahma and his expression as Karya Brahma are explained to us. The vision is all of that is him alone, the ultimate. But his expression only these are, yet they are the cause of bondage. When he by himself is not realized. When he by himself is realized, experienced, then all these things have no meaning or no definite purpose to bind us or liberate us. They are there, that's it. Okay. Before that, our Sankalpa Prarthanas. Before that, our few minutes of common sense thought. Hmm. In today's common sense thought is where to start from? Yes. Key non thinking causes delusion. Non thinking leads to delusion. So, today let us analyze in how many things we have not deeply, sufficiently, authentically thought. Therefore, we are in delusion. First of all, have you ever thought, have we ever thought, in what is our betterment? In what is our happiness or joy or bliss? Have you ever deeply gave a thought to that? What we want and where do we get that one? Sufficient thought, even though we might have got exposed to the Shastra, etc. किसमें हमारी भलाई है, isn't it? About this we didn't know, we don't know. Therefore, in that in which we have our bhalai, about that there is no clarity. Therefore, in that which definitely we have our burai, we are lost in it. And this silsila of not deeply thinking, therefore deluded in both these things, is going on happening. Sufficient thought is not given. In knowing in which is our ultimate good is there. Therefore, that is not understood. Therefore, that which is not definitely the giver of ultimate good, still we are deluded that it may give. Therefore, we are going on pursuing it. And it may give as a notion only. actually doesn't give. Therefore, we are never getting the ultimate good from anything what we are doing and getting. This life is called a complete delusion. By proper thinking, by proper analysis, by proper understanding only, deeper understanding only, we help ourselves as a human being. So that thinking level, Dushtite to Agreya Buddhya, Sukshmaya Buddhya, Sukshmadarshimi, that deep thinking, deep understandings, we have to develop, strengthen so much that the quantity of the delusions are getting reduced. Depths of the delusions are getting reduced. Delusion created, wrongdoings and miseries are getting reduced. This is called as a human life of evolution. दिमाग लगाकर सोचते हुए किस में भलाई है उसी को करना, जिसमें बुराई है नहीं करना. And in that also we can make two divisions only to mention without going into details. One is किस में भलाई even in व्यवहार. The second is किस में ultimate भलाई, ultimate good, व्यावहारिक good. Thinking. In the Vyavaharik good, I need not tell you, all are masters of that. Thinking. It's from the basic thing of what should I eat, what should I not eat, what dress I to wear, what should I not, which people I have to meet, not to meet, where to go, where not to go. Even this is a very vigorous, healthy exercise of thinking with the intellect. किस में भलाई है? Many of us don't think that way. Therefore, we get deluded and do some things because of which we suffer only. Even at the grossest thing of taking the food, still we are not at decisive with so much of quintals of food eaten throughout life कि कौन से food में भलाई है. इसलिए by default only sometimes we eat the food, good food. Otherwise we only eat out of delusion. Whether it is the quality of food, quantity of food, timing of the food, in the food varieties, कहाँ दिमाग लगाया कि इसमें हमारा भलाई है क्या. बस खाना परोसा खा लिए. It's only routine, it's mechanical. It's a delusion. That is why 100% health we never achieve. And because the Lord is seated in the stomach and continuously Bechara working throughout our life, that the things are again and again getting settled. Every time we do a mistake of delusory consumption of food, every time poor Bhagwan, he'll have to adjust it. कभी क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा खाते हैं, कभी कम खाते हैं, कभी गलत खाना खाते हैं, variety things we do. Exactly what's required, how do we know? Have you ever thought about it? Most of it delusion. चल थोड़ा मिर्ची डालो, थोड़ा घी डालो, नमक डालो. For taste only all of that. Delusion. Food is not for taste, no. Taste is for the food. Food is for the health. And we know that in today's world, the biggest poison destroying the body, creating all diseases is food only. Otherwise, what else is the cause of our दुख शारीरिक रोग क्या है? कोई दूसरा तो है ही नहीं प्रॉब्लम. The weather okay, सर्दी गर्मी, it gives only small little problems. Otherwise, what is the cause that thousands of hospitals are filled with thousands of patients? Only food. There is no other reason. फूड नहीं खाया तो बंदा सिर्फ मर ही जाता है. बट फूड करेक्टली नहीं खाया तो जीते जीते मरेगा वो. एवरी मोमेंट. इंटरेस्टिंग नो. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग हाउ द नॉन विवेका even in vyavahara makes us deluded and then we get caught up. So many things. We are throughout the day we are the embodiment of delusion only. एक भोजन की बात हमने कही, बाकी भी दिन भर हम जो इमेजिन करके करते जाते हैं, बट उसमें बाकी हमारा भलाई है क्या नहीं सोचते. सुख भोग देखते हैं. सुख भोग इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम भलाई. सुख भोग इज प्रेयर, but it's not necessarily good. Good balai may not be priya, but it is good. Think about all that. What programs we see, what people we have friends as, what interactions we do with, what thoughts we entertain. A sara fir. Not thinking in which our balai is there. Therefore, we are deluded. Then the second one is the ultimate good is there in what? Wow, it's a great question. Huh? Even to get that question and get data to think about it, we have to really be lucky. Luck also comes sometimes by choice, by grace. And luckily, last 2 days, 2 days, 3 days, we have got the data for it very beautifully, all put at one place. In our evening, Skanda Purana, the Rishi Aitareya and his mother Itara in their discussion. And to the mother, what a beautiful things he has given. It is really mind blowing that that discussion is ना कंप्लीट है एक जगह पे सारे चीजें आ गए हम तो एक्साइटेड टू स्टडी स्कंद पुराण नाउ अब तो सिर्फ पाठ कर रहे हैं हम सो हाउ टू थिंक how to think also is a thinking so that correct authentic knowledge we get so that we are no more deluded and create more and more troubles problems for us है ना what data given by that Aitareya ji let us make use of it which is known to us also first thing is what ki till now from birth अब तक what is our life we went through honestly unbiased way think about it analyze them सुखों का कितना पैमाना है दुखों का कितना how much was the quantity of the sukha how deep how many are the quantities of dukha how deep honestly dekh lo and actually the life's goal is only sukha no dukha at all and look at what we had Narayana honestly from that a question should come that do you want this alone again and again did you like it is it correct is it perfect can it be better than this this is a thinking think no it is not good if it is not good then don't try to get the same thing again means he gave the Aitareshiji the Garbhavastha, the Balyavastha, Yuvavastha, Madhyamavastha, Vruddhavastha, the Mrityu Sankata, Mrityu Dukkha, Mrityu Bhaya, Mrityu Paranta, different places to go. He just put all data in front of us for our intellect to think कि इसमें क्या भलाई है बताओ कि इसी को पाने में लगे रहो बार बार exhaustively told we have to think like that कि is it good should we want only this one see same problems of people things husband wife children same routine देखो and little 1% of sukha so much of dukkha देख ले everything the way he explains about the sharira such a terrible burden it is वो छोड़ के जा नहीं सकते और हमारी बात सुनता नहीं है उसका demands are all negative and it has every moment some or the other to demand or some disease अरे यार क्या परेशानी है ही इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल तेरे जी का मजेदार है then throughout a human being human life he has explained their data use it think about it and decide क्या इसमें भलाई है हमारा then he took the devata yoni how exhaustively explained the devatas they also are all the time in fear they're all conditioned कब उनका ओपोजिशन चला जाएगा कब वहां से उनको धक्का देंगे as the quantity of punya is getting ended their tension worry anxiety both that will be thrown away from here and where we are thrown that fear like us they also have it's not पक्का to them that कि बताया जाता है कि तुमको अभी तुम्हारे पुण्य पाप के कारण इस मनुष्य या पशु में फेंक रहे गिरने तक उनको भी नहीं पता होता. Hmm? You don't know, like a president of India. Wonderful 5 years, enjoyed the royal presidential position. Once that's over, where will he go? He'll be in the national capital or state capital or in his own village with his wife and children with the same routine of suffering or any other things. You can't guarantee. जब जाओगे तभी पता चलेगा. Even a president he was. So too he was in a devata sharira. Yet what? उसमें भी फियर है. He has shown all of that. So हमको ये पूछना है कि उसमें हमारी भलाई है. We have to see. Thinking. Then you took up the life of Sthavara. Yesterday we saw. All the trees. Sthavaras means the trees and plants and all. How miserable they are. Cut by somebody. पानी नहीं मिलता है. बारिश ज़्यादा होता है. गल जाते हैं बारिश में. गीले हो जाते हैं या सूख जाते हैं हवा से गर्मी से. See the pathetic condition of a tree. So, this life, do you think there is goodness? Devata Sharira or the Sthavara you want to be? Then you took the example of the animals, which we saw 12 15 days back in our morning discussion again. What a pathetic life of those animals, he explained. क्या वो बनना है हमको? Then he explained the life of birds yesterday. How in that rain and sunlight and they are so drenched and heated up and how painful, miserable their life is. Then he took the सरीसृप कृमि कीटक सारा उन्होंने बताया कि हम अपने अलग अलग कर्म के वश में जिन जिन योनियों में जाते हैं उनका क्या क्या लिमिटेशन प्रॉब्लम है. Receiving this data and using it to think. क्या do we need that? Do we want that? Should we go for it? Think. This is called thinking. If that is not done, then we are deluded. Delusion में जो भी करने को मान्यता करते हैं, not knowing the result of it is this, which are unwanted. Then through this thinking, we should understand that our knowing or unknowingly done karmas alone are the givers of all these things. Then he gave the data. Therefore, think for yourself, understand it, come out of delusion. It is only the Paramatma Prapti that one can have the ultimate good. Vivek kar lo. It is not an imposed thing. It is a data presented. We ourselves have to use the data with our intellect to think. No, nothing is imposed. No force. तुम्हारा दिमाग, तुम्हारा समझ. You come out of your delusion. And every moment we are deluded and doing those things only because of which above listed things alone we are going to get. So the right higher thinking is that having obtained which nothing should be remain to be obtaining. That having obtained which never is the coming back. And that obtainment must be the infinite, eternal, immutable. This is how the intellect should think. While we try to think how lazy that intellect you see. It doesn't want to lift itself to that level. उतना नीचे गिरा हुआ. लाइक बच्चों के दोस्तों के संगत में पढ़कर गिरा हुआ बन जाता है बच्चा इंसान हमारा. Isn't it? And to pull him from that गिरा हुआ स्थिति to खड़ा करो, how difficult it is. So fallen fellow to make him rise and stand. फॉलन हो गया वो, एडिक्टेड हो गया, फॉलन हो गया. और बुद्धि भी ना गिर गया हो इन इट्स स्लेवरी टू द माइंड सेंसेस एटसेट्रा. गुलाम हो गया हो. लाइक आवर इंडियंस बिकेम स्लेव्स to the Britishers and Mughals and got habituated and went on being slaves for 300, 400, 500 years. आदत हो गया उनको. Till someone came and awakened, yeah, it's our country. How can we be slave to others? The intellect is slave to these things. Therefore, it is not having sufficient stamina to think, contemplate. Therefore, correct knowledge is not coming to us about in what our good lies. Therefore, in delusion, we are keeping on doing continuously those things by which we are inviting misery, dukkha to us. That's why ajnana, moha, dushkarma, dushphala, dusthiti. Of jnana, no moha, satkarma or sadhana, and then satsthiti. That is what we have to understand. अभी व्यवहार तो छोड़ दिया, you know it better than me. Spiritual thing. So in what our ultimate good lies? If the intellect is sharp to think in this way, Devata Yoni problems, Manusha Yoni at every avastha problem. He has given details also. Even a Manusha who is a very rich, is a very kingly royal person. Still he will have only problems. All he has not spared anything. और आइतरे जी लिस्ट में पूरा जो ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं ना. So the Pashu Yoni, the Pakshi Yoni, the trees Yoni. In any Yoni, Devata Yoni mein, even this Indradi Devatas, Dikpalakas, Brahmadi Devata, in every one of them, there are limitations, there are problems. Different limitation, different problems. What a beautiful way it was said yesterday. The human being's thing is jumping from one problem to the other only. He gave the example of भोज एक कंधे से निकाल के दूसरे कंधे में लगाना. We find a relaxation in it. Some weight we are carrying on the right shoulder, but within some time ये भी दर्द देने वाला है. What an example it was. See, were you aware yesterday all these topics came in the same way, shifting from one deshakala vastu to the other one, because this is becoming heavy, we think a solution. But it is temporary because that new Desha Kala Vastu Vyakti Paristhiti again is going to be burden. Because it also has its own problems, its own limitations. So shifting from one problem to the other is the solution. This is what we were thinking. That's how we go on involving only in those. Very interesting. Badhiya thought discussion. Then the Natija final understanding is what is, you know, said before that Skanda Purana text in the what do you call Kevaloham text of our Adi Shankara. Therefore, it's only in the attainment of Paramatma that there is moksha. Brahma bhinnatva vijnanam bhava mokshasya karanam yena dvitiyamanandam brahma sampadyate budhaihi. है ना? Brahmibhutastu tad vidwan. See those shlokas. Then how to reach to the Brahmasthiti? Through the contemplation. For that example is given up. Mrutkare bhutopi mrudona bhinna kumbhosti sarvatra tu mrut swarupat. Na kumbharupa prutagasti. Kuto mrusha kalpita nama matram. Kumbha kuta asti mrusha kalpita nama matram. Beautiful. So, in this way, using intellect, only one question, किसमें मेरा भलाई है? Ultimate भलाई. व्यावहारिक चलो छोड़ो. You do that. In that we will know that only in the Paramatma Anubhuti there is bhalai. If we come to that conclusion, convincing conclusion, we are doing a great deal of intellectual exercise using the intellect, we are on the right track. Then obviously the next thinking, if in obtaining Paramatma is the ultimate goal, then where to obtain him, how to obtain. Then comes really going to the Guru, from him listening to the Shastras, Upanishads, Atma Tattva Shravanam, Vicharana, all of that. Subject matter is becoming very clear. And then starts the real struggle that we have to do those sadhanas. At the time of doing the sadhana decisively, that I have to achieve my own identity with my own real essential self, Then the problems of the upadhis, their tadatmya, the problems of the habits, the problems of the vasanas, the problems of prakriti, the problem of triguna, each one of them starts surfacing. Then each of them we have to conquer with all our intelligence and ability, keeping intact our desire to achieve that ultimate goal. Because that desire alone, for the goal alone, inspires us, empowers us, makes us think how to negotiate these things, how to transcend these things, and gives us strength also to cross them. जब गोल के प्रति इच्छा दृढ़ होता है, then every obstacle will be finding solutions to cross. Otherwise, we get succumbed or we get tempted or we get lost in them. बट पहले गोल दृढ़ नहीं है हमको, इसलिए हम संसार को छोड़ नहीं पा रहे, बार बार उसी में गिर रहे. फॉलिंग इन संसार अगेन एंड अगेन इज प्रमाद एंड cause is delusion, because the what is good for us ultimately in that subject we are not very clear, because we never used our intellect to think and understand. As a human being given an intellect, how quickly he should think and understand in what his good lies, and should he not just single pointedly follow it and reach out. काय की दिक्कत है मनुष्य को, इतना बड़ा इंस्ट्रूमेंट दिमाग दिया है. सो वी हैव एन इंटेलेक्ट, ये भी नहीं पता, वी आर deluded there. Even we use it for only the wrong purposes, there also we are deluded. तो मैं अपने मोह माया में फंसा हूँ, बुद्धि को यूज नहीं करने के कारण. अब चलो बुद्धि यूज करता हूँ. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, किसमें मेरा भलाई है, अल्टीमेट गुड. नो वेयर इज माई भलाई, ओनली बैक होम टू माई ओन एसेंशियल सेल्फ. I, because I am the self, in not self I can never be comfortable. And anything we are doing and living now is only not self. Therefore we are uncomfortable. That being uncomfortable, this is called as bhava or samsara. वी कैन नेवर बी कंफर्टेबल. याद रखो, जब तक हम अपने स्वरूप में नहीं बैठते, कुछ भी करो, एवरीथिंग विल प्रॉमिस अस टू गिव अस सेफ्टी, सिक्योरिटी, कंफर्ट, एंड वी गो देयर एट थोड़े ही समय के लिए. लाइक in our own daily routine, how many electrical electronic gadgets promising to give us so much of comfort. We buy all of them, and every one of them gives us problem. किसी का वायर टूट गया, किसी का प्लग टूट गया, किसका अंदर का स्क्रू लूज हो गया हमारी तरह. दैट डे देन इट इज प्रॉब्लम होता है ना. दिमाग खराब कितना है. वी नेगोशिएट विथ इट एंड वी, दैट्स डिफरेंट. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू हाउ इट promises a solution, but it cannot. लाइक वॉशिंग मशीन है तो कपड़ा धोएंगे. अब वॉशिंग मशीन आगे वो खराब हो गया तो उसको बंदे को बुला के कराने में कितना हेडेक होता है. मिक्सी खराब हो गया, हाउ यू हैव टू रिप्लेस इट अ न्यू. नो, वेरी कंफर्टेबल इट इज टू हैव अ कार एंड ट्रैवल. वह उसको गैराज में लगाओ, उसको पत्ती ऊपर क्या कवर करो, सी दैट इट इज नॉट डैमेज बाय एनीवन. और ना नहीं यूज किया तो फिर सारे वो बैटरी डल हो जाते हैं उसका. इट गिव्स ए प्रॉमिस, बट हाउ मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स. दिस कॉल्ड एज delusion. एवरीवेयर इंक्लूडिंग, कोई भी करो, a naukri, starting a business, starting having wife or husband, children, everything promises little bit. What it promises, it may give, but the other side of it, how much heavy load is there, nobody tells. Nobody recognizes it. That's what delusion. है ना. एंड इन deluded person, इसमें कितना दुख है वो देखेगा. देन थोड़ा सा भी दुख है तो आई विल गो फॉर इट. इज द हाई, सॉरी, कितना सुख है देखेगा, थोड़ा सा भी सुख है आई विल गो फॉर इट. This is the nature of a deluded person. And an intelligent person asks, इसमें कितना दुख है, थोड़ा सा भी दुख है तो आई विल नॉट गो फॉर इट. एंड इन दिस होल वर्ल्ड अनित्यम असुखम ओनली. दैट्स व्हाट श्री रामा's entire first वैराग्य प्रकरण. He is not seeing the sukha aspect of it. That is a delusion. He is seeing only dukkha aspect in everything. That was disappointing him so much. वो कहता कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे अभी, इसमें दुख है. Wow, what a maturity. Then little bit also dukkha is not there. Only sukha. वो कौन सी वस्तु है? Only परमात्मा वस्तु. Then to pursue that Paramatma, go to Guru, study Upanishads, learn the art of contemplation and sadhana. At that time, the real tests will come off. Our vasanas, our habits, and objectifying them, withstanding them, reducing their effect and influence. And in that struggle, how much time we qualitatively give only for that sadhana. Spiritual seeker ko, there is no other business. The true spiritual seeker. Even food also, when he's too hungry, little bit eats and goes back to spiritual pursuit. And the one who has another business, anything, he cannot be fully spiritual. And you and I have 30,000, 40,000 businesses, 100,000. और उसमें एक spirituality. Like in the people who are known to us, 100 of them, one of them is our guru. We just equate our guru with one of the familiar people. How can you say is one of the other people? Yeah, he is a Bhagwan का expression है. He has come to redeem us. The others are to bind you. How can you equate them in the people's list who are in parichaya to you? How can you say in the same way, out of so many business, one of them is spirituality? A deluded person. A wise person, none of my business other than my sadhana. That's called Sarvadharman Pariteja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So we tried to see today intellect given but not sufficiently used, therefore we are deluded. In the delusion, continuously we are involving in those things only which are going to be guaranteedly put us in samsara or dukkha. Only thing is that place changes, time changes, body changes, the people surroundings change, dukkha continues, struggle continues, misery, pain continue, disappointments continue. In our own life we can see. Waited for the youth to come that उसमें कुछ उद्धार करेंगे, but it has its own disappointment. Then waited for the grahastha ashrama to come, आ गया अपना भोज ले आया. Then now where I'll be free after getting my children settled and all. But where is it has its own problems now. So to the people, इसको छोड़ा उसको पकड़ा. Place, ये जगह छोड़ा वो जगह में गए. काम ये छोड़ा वो भोजन ये छोड़ा वो पकड़ा. That is why Haithare Rishi has said, shifting the weight from one kanda to the other, we think it's relaxation. It's only for 2 minutes, फिर इसकी ये भी दर्द होने लगेगा. Therefore, other than in Paramatma, nowhere there can be permanent bliss or relaxation. Om is our HOME, home. In the home only, we are comfortable. Nowhere else. This is called Viveka. Then, once the conviction comes that Paramatma Prapti is my Lakshya, then while doing sadhana, again, million obstacles come. So, negotiating every one of them, again, there also the different Viveka is required. There ये साधना फिक्स करने वाला विवेक था, तो अभी तक तो सोचा हमने. सॉरी, साध्य वस्तु को फिक्स करने वाला विवेक था. अब साधना के काल में विवेक, साधना जानकर करने के टाइम वॉट एवर द ऑब्स्टेकल्स कम. The obstacles come in the form of gunas only, na? Rajo and Tamo, and they have million ways to express. At that time again, Viveka Karna. Ki how to avoid these obstacles, how to see that they don't trouble me, isn't it? Even there also, we ourselves go to the problematic zone and disturb our own sadhana. पहले ये मूर्खता होता है, खुद ही डिस्टर्ब करते हैं अपने साधना. Thereafter, from our side, getting ourselves disturbed in sadhana, we stop. Then natural disturbances though come out of prarabdha, how उनको भी खत्म करना है, that is another viveka. Simple example is I myself go to the people and get entangled. How can you do so as a spiritual seeker? Murukta hai wo. Then a maturity comes where I stop going. Then people start anyway coming. Then that is the other thing I have to negotiate. Example name of people. People kaho, things kaho, entertainments kaho. We should stop going to them first of all. Thus, we are avoiding the obstacles. When they themselves come, we are learning the art of escaping. These are all the intelligences. They click when we become Viveki using our buddhi during the sadhana, where we know what is Lakshya, the sadhya, and we know what is sadhana also, and we are trying to do it. उस समय की बात है. अब इसमें से हम कहाँ हैं अभी फिलहाल? हर लक्ष्य निर्धारण अभी नहीं हुआ हमको. Still the world is लक्ष्य. So we are in delusion. So sufficient thought is not given. Remember, in a human life only, we live sometime like Devata, when all comforts are there. Sometime like human beings. So everybody is praising, nobody to disturb. You are in Swarga. शादी के दिन होता है बस वो. उसके बाद आधी एंड बर्बादी. In all other places, when we are humiliated, insulted, we are like पशु only, like पशुओं को डांटते हैं, मारते हैं. हाउ पावरफुली said आइतरे जी की that पशुओं को डंडे से मारते हैं, रस्सी से बांधते हैं, नाक में रस्सी डालते हैं. He was explaining it so, situation of the pashu is pathetic. Like, with the parents or wife or husband or even in the office under that boss, when we are strictly told, ye karo, wo karo, freedom is not given, we are pashu that time. नाक में नूज लगा के खींच के ले जाना हमको. वेरी गुड एक्सप्लेनेशन. बढ़िया सा था ये चैप्टर. उसको आगे बढ़ना है इसलिए नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ दोबारा मैं, लेकिन था कल मन में कि फिर से पढ़ो सारा पोर्शन. अवेलेबल है, सुन लेना. है ना. वी आर ऑल स्थावरा समटाइम हेल्पलेस विक्टिम्स. स्थावरा मीन्स ट्रीज एंड ऑल ऑफ देम. सो think and if there was no other option, then we would have suffered continuously. But when there is an alternative and option, the ultimate of knowing the self and getting out of all problems permanently, we should have the intelligence to keep that as goal. Only that as goal. Again, never get deluded by either the vasanas or the mind suggestions or this temptation of senses or any other body's misguidance. हम पढ़ रहे हैं शास्त्र, not those people. How can they tell what is the goal? We must know it, no? थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाने के बाद ही ये डेल्यूजन चला जाएगा. अदरवाइज वेरी मोह 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 भयंकर है. मोह हर क्षण मोह मोह में. Exactly what to do we don't know, and what not to do we don't know that it should not be done, and we keep doing it. Then उसका रिजल्ट सफर होते रहते. ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यो ये मे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमः भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसच्चरतः अहिमां सुरिवात्र विभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यमबलमचलं सर्वती साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं निर्गुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे. श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणेव मोक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानाम् अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीकृष्णे यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आदिशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहमतः प्रथमोऽध्यायः। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम पारायणम चतुर्थ के 11 से कितने हैं इसमें 22 है ना, 15 तक पढ़ लेते हैं। 5 श्लोकास। ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। ओम ओम यो योनिं योनिमधितिष्ठत्येकः यस्मिन्निदं संच विचैति सर्वं तमीशानं वरदं देवमीड्यं निचाय्ये मां शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति। यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं पश्यत जायमानं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तो। यो देवानाम् अधिपो यस्मिन् लोका अधिष्ठिताः य ईशे अस्य द्विपदः चतुष्पदः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम। सूक्ष्मातिसूक्ष्मं कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य सृष्टारमनेकरूपं विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा शिवं शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति। स एव काले भुवनस्य गोप्ता विश्वाधिपः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः यस्मिन् युक्ता ब्रह्मर्षयो देवताश्च तमेवं ज्ञात्वा मृत्युपाशान्श्छिनत्ति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Samevam jnata mrityupashanschinatti. Only by knowing the truth, the shackles of the death one can cut asunder permanently. Otherwise, every life, the fear of death and the experience of death, whether it's animal or plant or mosquito or human, kya pathetic. Then the fear of old age, suffering of old age. Fear of hunger, suffering of hunger. Fear of loneliness, suffering of loneliness, and with the people also suffering. People means अपने झुंड जाति, कुत्ते कुत्ते भी लड़ते, हाथी हाथी भी लड़ते, पंछी पंछी कितना लड़ते हैं देखो. You can't avoid samsara in any yoni. Anyway, now yesterday we have concluded that the conclusion is पादोस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपाद अस्य अमृतम दिवि. अस्य पाद विश्वाभूतानि अस्य त्रिपाद दिवि अमृतम दिवि. So the pure Brahman, the three force is in the unmanifest, immutable, eternal Brahma Rupa. 1/4 is expressing as the entire universe. This is an authority given here to convey to us that we have to respect, revere the Karana Brahma also at the sadhana kala, though he is not our goal. Goal is the Karya Karana Vilakshana Nirguna Shuddha Brahma Anubhuti only. But at the sadhana kala, this is to be valued, respected, recognized. उसमें दो ही बात है. Everything is Karana Brahma, therefore respect, revere. Then that Karana Brahma alone is telling us how to live life for moksha through the Shastra and Guru. अब उसको जानकर करो तो our खेल खत्म, दुकान बंद. Easy it is. This much if you get convinced. But what happens, as we said, our so many wrong notions, wrong habits, taken as right, on which we never scrutinized. They are taken as right. उसी में रहते हैं. विचित्र है मनुष्य जिंदगी. इट्स वेरी फनी. आप देखो, मैं कहता हूँ दान करो करो करो, अब मैं कितना कर रहा हूँ? दिस इज डेल्यूजन. साधना करो करो. हाउ मच आई एम डूइंग. तो वो उस दिन ना वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो पछाड़ दिया उनको, अपोजिशन लीडर को मजा आया. हम दलितों को भी पैसे दो. उन्होंने ही गेव द लिस्ट ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टीज दिस फेलो हैज गॉट. सर झुका दिया उधर. किधर दलित हो. यू हैव 200 प्लेसेस, प्रॉपर्टी वर्थ ऑफ थाउजेंड्स ऑफ क्रोर्स. You give it first to all Dalit. This is a powerful delusion, you know. Wrong, you know, adharmam dharmamitya manyate tamasa avruta. सर्वार्थान विपरीतांश बुद्धि सापार्थ तामसी. गीता में आएगा वो वाला बात. ह्यूमन इंटेलेक्ट्स का फरीएस्ट थिंग, यू नो, द स्ट्रेट पाथ फॉर द मोक्ष, उसको इतना तोड़ के मरोड़ के ढीला उल्टा सीधा क्रूकड करके ना वो फंसी जाता है कहीं. या अच्छा सा आलू थोड़ा उबाल के खा लो, उसको दम करके मसाला करके सत्यानाश करके खा के खुद भी पेट खराब करता है. यू नो द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स इंटेलिजेंट, नो, जो चीजें नेवर आर लुक्ड एट, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड एट ऑल, वो सब खरीद के घर में ला के डेली उसकी सफाई करता है. एंड टू खरीदो इट ही हैज टू अर्न द मनी. फॉर दैट ही डज ऑल द पाप कर्म. दिस इज द ह्यूमन इंटेलेक्ट. In my house, how many things are there? 60% are never used. And every day I have to maintain it. And to earn that, कितना पाप किया मैंने, कितने लोगों को दुखी किया. What professions, possessions we have, Yamadharmraj doesn't look at it. He will look at इसको कमाने के लिए तूने कितनों को वेस्ट खराब किया, कितनों को दुखी किया. Mainly the Prakriti. That will be counted and we are given a punishment. We don't even understand the small things. That much deluded is human intellect. Only reason is we have never exposed it to Shastra. That's the only thing. बस शास्त्र को हम पढ़ते रहे तो गलतियां कम होने लगती. पढ़ना और उसके अनुसार जीना. शास्त्र का अर्थ ही वो है. Anyway, so today let us start this shloka. Iti tatra Narayana. Padosya Vishwabhutani Tripadasya Amrutande. Brahman is transcendental. Karana also is there, Brahma. Karya Brahma also is there. कार्य कारण ब्रह्म एक पाद है तो निर्गुण ब्रह्म त्रिपाद. This division is only for understanding sake. Otherwise, in the Karana Brahma also, it's nook and corner. The pure Brahman alone is there. We have to reach to him. To reach, take this as a launching pad by correctly relating with this Karana Brahma. Okay. Tatra prathamena mantrena sarvatmanam brahma chakram darshit. सर्व का आत्म ब्रह्म ही है, बट वो कारण ब्रह्म के रूप में चक्र के रूप में दर्शन करा रहे. द्वितीय न नदी रूपेण. In the second mantra, the same Brahma shown as Karana Brahma in the Nadi Rupa. And the explanations are very exhaustive, detailed, beautiful. Let us chant this mantra 3 times. Mantra number 4. Om Tamekanемim Trivrutam Shodashantam Shatardharam Vimshati Pratyarabhihi Ashtakaihi Shadbhirvishwarupαϊκapasham Trimargabhedam Vinimittaikamoham. Then Tamekanемim Trivrutam Shodashantam शतार्धारं विंशति प्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्व रूपैकपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहम्. अगेन त्वमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं षोडशान्तं शतार्धारं विंशति प्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहम्. ग्रेट. ये श्लोक ऐसे मजेदार होते हैं. गोल इज परब्रह्म. ओके. नो परब्रह्म alone is expressing through his Maya Shakti as this entire world in front of us. We are in this world. We have to reach to Brahman. But we are now in these things. Now, how many things to understand? First, this all is Paramatma's expression. Second is, with all these things which are related to near to us, we have to behave in such a way that they don't bind us, they keep on giving us freedom for going towards that Brahman. This is the whole thing is called spiritual maturity. Understand? It's something like you have to go to US, America from India. क्योंकि अपने मातृभूमि से नफरत हो गया है, कुछ हो गया जो भी है, या वहाँ कुछ देखने का नौटंकी, whatever. Now you see, your destination is to land there. But right from beginning, at every checkpost, we have to check in or not. They are not our goals, but we are answerable there. They question us. We have to show all the details, isn't it? Suddenly we cannot go to America. We have to cross through all. पहले जाने के लिए घर छोड़ के बाहर आना पड़ता है, फिर टैक्स में बैठना पड़ता है, then the airport में जाना पड़ता है, then immigration. None of these are goals, but at every step you have to clear yourself, and all of them lead to that place. If you want to go there, these all have to be negotiated. Weight correct होना है, ज़्यादा है तो फिर he'll charge more. Then you have to wait with your boarding pass for the flight to come. Isn't it? The boarding pass is not America, but you need to have it. Necessary it is. You are waiting in that chamber is not America, but you have to till the flight comes. Isn't it? Everywhere we have to follow the rules regulation. I know. We want light in the tube, but then that's the goal, but suddenly light won't come. First of all, electricity should be generated at the turbine. वहां से substation में आना होगा. Somebody is following all those rules here. Then only the electricity coming into our meter at home. From that meter, it should be connected all places. Then you have to put on the switch. Then only light will come. Putting on the switch is not our goal, but it is necessary. Having the meter is not our goal. Goal is light, but it is necessary. So sitting in flight is not our goal. But if you don't sit in flight, how will you go to America? Tying the belt, wo bolte hain, बांध लो. That's not our goal. But you are in the part of the go destination journey, and therefore you have to go through it. फिर वहाँ फ्लाइट लैंड हो गया. मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है इस फ्लाइट में मैं नहीं उतरूंगा तो it will not happen. You have to go out. In the same way, Brahman is goal, no doubt. But in between we have to ना, जैसे गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में भी होता है, काम कराने के लिए कितने लोगों को रिश्वत देना, खुशामदी करना, प्यार करना, नाटंकी करना. None of them are goal, but what to do? The system is like that you have to go through. Then only आपको 2 साल बाद पेंशन मिलेगा. शुरू कि नहीं, चपाती खाना इज गोल एवरीबॉडी, बट सडनली चपाती नहीं होता है पौधे में. वहां तो गेहूं ही आता है, उसको सुखा के फिर आटा बना के गूंदो. ऑल ऑफ दैट प्रोसेस you have to respect the process, you have to accept the process. We should accept the intermediate stages. This is what is the purpose of this shloka. Same Parabrahma expressing as in these many ways, be attentive. In way, what are related to you, you must know. In that, how to negotiate with them, you must know in such a manner that it is leading you to go towards the goal. Like you are in samsara, your wife, husband, children. That is all Paramatma, Karana Brahma only expressing like that. But in what way dealing with them becomes a means to reach to Paramatma. That is intelligence. And the ignorance is dealing with them in such a manner that the problems and obstacle nature is aggravated, then we are keeping the goal away more and more. पूरा दुनिया हमको समझने से, साधना के लिए सहाय करने के लिए उसको जानना है. Otherwise, Bhagavan never makes the samsara to trouble the jivas. He is a father यार. कोई माता पिता बच्चों को रुलाने के लिए करते हैं क्या? दुखी करने के लिए करते हैं क्या? It is impossible. Even the child is criminal, the parents want him. मेरे बच्चे को फांसी मत दो, मेरे बच्चे को छोड़ो, वही कहते हो. Nobody wants. If a human being is like that, how much love the Lord has for his children, we the jivas. So he never made the world for suffering. We only wrongly contact with it. We should know the art of it. Okay, here कहते हैं, it's a continuation of the third mantra. Okay, what was it? Devatma Shaktim. है ना, ते ध्यान योगानुगता अपश्यन देवात्म शक्तिम स्वगुणैर निगूढ़म यकारणानि निखिलान्तानि युक्तानि अतितिष्ठत् एकः कालात्म युक्तानि. See, उसी का continuation में that देवात्मा whom he they have recognized on the meditational seat, उन्हीं का explanation है. So here they have realized the Karana Brahma. Then the Karanatva, when they give up by the proper means and measure, then the Akarana, the Nirguna Brahma, they will reach. This whole Upanishad guides in that way. The first step is everything is Brahman only, but Karana Brahma. Therefore, if you hold on to it as the goal, you are caught up. But if you understand it to be a means, then take the help of it, you can reach to Nirguna Brahma, our goal. So they realize the Karana Brahma. Who is he? Ekanemi. He has got one name, one hub. Then Trivrutam. It is covered in three things. Shodashantam. It has got the 16 endings, finishing touches. Shatardharam. Shatardha is 100, Ardha is Vachas. Shatardha Aram, spokes that wheel has got. Shvimshati Pratyaravihi, there are 20 secondary spokes also. Then Ashtakaihi Shadvihi, there are some 6 things of 8 set. Then Vishwarupa Ekapasham, one rope is there which is Vishwarupa. Finally, Trimarga Vedam. That whale has 3 paths to travel. Dvinimittaika moham. It has got two causes to delude the wheel, to delude that wheel to go in wrong directions. Therefore, this Karanam Brahma in this way expresses. What is that? Ekanemi, in whose form that Brahman alone is expressing. But that's not our goal. Then what is called as Trivrutam. Remember, substratum is Brahman, himself is expressing as this out of his own Atma Shakti, which was explained in the third mantra. So, realizing him only in this form, like the wood alone is in the form of chair. Use the chair for sitting, but chair is not wood. Chair is not wood. Chair has no existence without the wood. Chair is not independent of wood, sorry. In the same way, anything we see in the world, Bhagwan with his Maya, he is appearing like that. In that way, develop respect, reverence to it, and do whatever only is required so that we get freed from it, not getting caught up in it. Bhagavan only appearing in the form of fruits and flowers. Therefore, they are offered to the Lord first. Then that's taken as prasadam for survival. Otherwise, if that idea is forgotten, that the fruits are flowers, we in our delusion imagine to be the bhoga samagri. From that, the entire samsara starts. Again, this is how beautifully explained again by Aitare Rishi in the evening class. How the beings slowly, their attention when it is falls on the objects of the world, then from nowhere suddenly the raga dveshadi durunas enter, then the life is chaotic. Isn't it? Like the both daughters-in-law, so loving to each other. है ना? प्यार से हर सडनली उनको एक साड़ी या गहना दिखाई दिया, दोनों का नजर उसके ऊपर पड़ते ही गहने की बात दूसरी हुई, अब एक दूसरे के बीच में दैट राग द्वेषा कम्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ सीइंग दैट ऑब्जेक्ट. तब तक ठीक थे वो लोग. शी से मुझे चाहिए, शी से मुझे चाहिए, देन दे बिकेम एनिमी. अरे अब तक ठीक थे. दैट इज माया. If they don't look at object or even look at and don't value it, that is why in our childhood we were never given choices. Choice is samsara. Choiceless existence is moksha. नेवर गिवन चॉइस. वॉट एवर फादर ब्रिंग्स चप्पल वही पहना, एक नंबर छोटा भी बड़ा भी. वॉट एवर द कपड़ा एक तान ले आते थे, सबको ही सिलाई. नॉट इवन क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड, नो आई वांट टू गो टू दैट शोरूम, दिस, शट अप, आई विल ब्रिंग इट, दैट्स इट. What mother makes khana, we never knew till it is served on the plate. Not like today, mummy over now, mummy over now. Even after the making of choice, still that fellow is not satisfied, but he tastes, then he wants some garnishing. अरे क्या बेवकूफ़ी है, यही तो delusion है. Choiceless. Like that, Vedanta teaches us. Tomorrow when we come, we will see tam ekam iti yah ekah karanani nikhilyani adhidishtati tam ekanemim yonihi karanam avyakrutam akasham param avyoma maya prakriti shakti tamaha vidya chaya jnanam anrutam avyaktam iti evamadi shabdaihi avilapyamana eka karanavastha nemihi sarvadharah yas adhishtatho अद्वितीयस्य परमात्मनः तमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं त्रिभिः सत्वरजस्तमोभिः प्रकृति गुणैः वृतम. ब्यूटिफुल, एक्सलेंट मीनिंग. देखो, भगवान इज apprehended through all his expressions of this entire karanatva. Then by transcending this, we realize him as ourselves. बस इन सब के द्वारा भगवान को हम पहचानते हैं, उनके अस्तित्व को. इनको सबको पार करने से वो मैं के रूप में अनुभव में आते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट इज आध्यात्मिकता ऑल अबाउट. लेट अस सी टुमारो. ओम 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 पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे नमः. ओम तत्सत. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. आज इतना काफी है. थैंक यू.